Hey everyone, it's me, Margot. It's been a while since I've done a video. I actually have two that I have in the can, as we used to say in the biz, but they were too long and didn't load, and I just did not have time to edit them, so maybe I'll take care of that today if I've got some extra time. Today's Sunday, the 22nd of March. I've missed all of you. Not only have I not done videos, I haven't been able to watch videos lately, so that's no fun. I miss YouTube and I miss everybody, but I'm going to be able to see them in a few days. Today's Sunday. I will see everybody on Friday. I am flying into the meet and greet in Pennsylvania. Really looking forward to that. As I said in my last video, when I went to the South Carolina meet and greet, that was a slice of heaven. So I'm hoping that it'll be a great shot in the arm, and we'll be able to rekindle some friendships and get to know some new people that I haven't met that are from this community, and I'm sure learn a ton. I know that was the biggest thing that I walked away from. Not only the fun did we have, but I had learned so much from everybody who are so knowledgeable regarding this whole process and how to be a success, and to learn from some of the veterans is always a treat. So I realized from watching some videos that I've done is I think I am one of the older people, I guess, within our little community. I know there are people who are a few years out, like Dina and Rebecca and whatnot. I am officially now 11 months post-op as of yesterday. I've had a really good run. Last week I was sicker than a dog. I had that, it was almost like a croup thing. It was the first illness that I had since I'd had my surgery. So I was kind of curious to see how my body would do. And I'm glad to say I bounced back, I think, fairly quickly. My voice is still a little off, I guess. But I was happy to say that I didn't drag on as long as I thought it might, and I was glad. I thought, well, that's a good sign of a good immune system, hopefully. So that's a good thing, and it's always good to be well and not have a cold when you're going to fly, because that's the worst thing in the world. A lot of pressure on the ears and such. So, what's new in my world? Well, I do have a job. I know if I do post those other videos, you'll catch that update. I did get a job at the place where I've been temping. It's not my dream job. Right now, it's kind of been a job from hell, to be honest with you. And while it's bringing in some more money for me, and I'm grateful for that, I would tell you that it's a pretty tough job, and the account managers that worked on these accounts before me pretty much made a mess of things, and I'm cleaning up and eating a lot of crow and saying I'm sorry a lot to the clients that I'm servicing. So I'm hoping to get my accounts in pretty good shape in the next 6 months. I told my husband I will give it a minimum of 6 months on this job, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a long-term job or a short-term job. All I know is that right now it's where I'm supposed to be, and I'll give it my all. So that's good. Had a couple of wow moments that are good, that are really good, and I just want to share a couple of them with you guys. Yesterday, my daughter plays the French horn, and annually they compete at one of the local schools. It's called an ensemble competition, and they compete against other musicians in their categories, and they compete in quartets and, you know, big groups as well, and individually. And my sisters, two of my sisters, live in the same school district as I do. My one sister has children there in the same grades just about as my kids. But I saw my sister yesterday, and Anne was the one sister that was really down on me having the surgery, because why can't you just get it together? You need to exercise more and eat less, and I don't think this is a smart thing, Margot, and I don't recommend that you do this, but do what you want to do. And she didn't really support me. I can appreciate that. I don't expect everyone to support me or my decisions that I make, and I'm sure many of you have come across the same thing. Well, anyway, I walk into this ensemble thing at the school. Hadn't seen Anne since Christmas. Now, keep in mind, I've only lost, this is end of March, I've only lost about, 6 pounds since Christmas, something like that. I mean, not much, but I've been exercising. And I walked in, and my sister looks at me and goes like this, and I kind of thought, you rude. Boy, is that rude, you know, snob. And I walk up to her, I go, hey, Ann. She was like this. Oh my gosh, my family calls me Peg. She goes, Peg, I didn't even know that was you. I didn't even recognize you. And I'm thinking, she's my sister. My sister did not recognize me yesterday. You guys, you know how weird that is? That is really weird. Now, Ann knew me when I was thinner and saw me when I was fat. She probably failed to recognize me when I was fat too, but that blew my mind. And when I came home, I told my husband, I said, do you know what it's like to have a sibling look at you and look away? I mean, I've been getting a lot of that. And I told my kids that. I said, I've been feeling really like disconnected from the community. Like, you know, parents of kids who have teenagers, you know, you kind of network with all the other parents who are like at the football games, when your kid's playing football, or at the basketball games. You've grown up with these kids that are your children's friends, and you've kind of grown up with the parents as we've transitioned to each phase. And a lot of the parents have been really kind of snobbish with me. And I remember thinking, you know, I told Garrett, I said, a lot of these people are blowing me off. And Garrett came back and told me, my son told me, he goes, Mom, you know, this woman did not know who you were. She told me after the fact she didn't know that that was you. And I'm thinking, well, I mean, someone who I haven't seen in a year, yeah, I understand that. That would be understandable. If I saw somebody and was almost 150 pounds less, that would be hard to recognize them. However, I'm like, my own sister? How weird is that? Kind of funny. Anyway, I'll try to make this kind of a short one. But my stats. See, I didn't start with the stats. Trying to shake it up a little bit here, so that's kind of fun. As of this morning, I'm 178 pounds. I'm officially in the 170s. I am thrilled. I flipped between 183 and 179.5 for a few weeks. I'm not losing much weight. But you know why I think I lost weight? Seriously? Because that week that I was sick, I did not go and lift weights or exercise. I couldn't because every time I started exercising, I would cough. So I think the lack of the weights made me lose the pounds. I don't know. You gotta wonder. Not that I'm like some she-woman or anything like that, but I am pretty buff anyway. So, buff in terms of I'm getting firmer. Of course, there's the skin issue, but we're not going to open that one. So I'm 178, which means I've lost 146 pounds. I'm wearing a size 9 dress pants and a large, I've even bought a few medium tops. So, and occasionally I'll buy an extra large top, depending upon how it runs. But that's good. I'm happy with that. If I don't lose another pound, I'll be thrilled. But I'm only 3 pounds from my goal of 175. I figure I have 10 to 12 pounds of skin according to the plastic surgeon that I consulted with. So you figure 175 minus 10 is 165. I think I look about that now, and I'm okay with that. So we'll see what happens. I've gotten some really great comments. I went out with my bunco friends on Friday night, and some of their husbands were there, and a couple of my friends' husbands said, you know, Margot, I didn't even recognize you, or, you know, Margot, you look great. You look really good. So I'm just getting a lot of good positive feedback about the way I look. First time probably in my entire life that I felt good about my self-esteem, that I have a good self-esteem. So that's a good thing. And I think with that, you carry yourself a little more, you know, a little differently. But we'll see what happens. I am so looking forward to seeing you guys in, okay, Sunday, 5 days. I can't wait. Keep those videos coming, everybody, and I will talk to you in person in a few days. See you later.